watch the ride.
Hey everybody, if you're a long time viewer of my channel, you'll probably recognise, well you probably won't actually, but you might recognise this. I know a couple of you might, you watch all my videos again and again, nutters. Yeah, I've just done my HMRC Tax return, and they nearly screwed me over.
On this way, let the man pass.
It's a mullet. Fishy. I've still never been up there. How many years has that thing been up now? Question is, am I going to be able to get divvy out? Has anyone blocked me in? I've parked in a way that everyone else can get out, but I know what people are like. I think we're alright. Ah, there she is. Why didn't I leave it in neutral? Right, so now we're back at the bike. I'll actually tell you what happened. It wasn't intentional. It was a misunderstanding. I had all my numbers, my finalised numbers for my earnings for the year written down, and she misunderstood one of them, and instead of putting £128.30 something, which was my total US earnings, and that's basically just for key tax. So like, there you go, you want to know how much money I made last year on key tax? 128 quid. And she said, right, I'll take you back to the office in like about 3 weeks. You should get a letter with your final calculations. And I went, okay, that's all right. I know I don't owe any tax anyway, but you know, obviously I'll have national insurance to pay. And she went, well, no, there will be. And I was like, how will there be? She goes, well, the tax limit is like 11,000 something. And I'm like, yeah, and I made a lot less than that. She goes, no, because you have to include this. And I was like, and then she sat there with a calculator and she started writing in numbers. And then she did the US one and went 20,000. I went, what are you doing? That's not 20,000. She went, well, what is it? I said, it's 128. And she's like, oh my God. If that had gone through, I would have had a bill for about, well, 20% of it. I mean, obviously it wouldn't have been right, but, oh God. But thankfully we realised and laughed about it and corrected it, so I don't have to worry about that. I won't owe any tax. I love the fact that the cyclists are given their own box and he still goes beyond it. What are you... I don't often flip people the bird, but you fucking deserve that. Wait, you impatient twat. There's a cyclist in my way. I can't run him over. Don't come across. Go further that way, you... Bellhausen. I don't mind telling people this stuff, because you might be genuinely just interested in what it's sort of how it works out, but... my total outgoings last year for the business, that is buying tools for the metalworks and running the channel, was very nearly 4 grand. Now, my total earnings from YouTube would have been less than 1,200. So when I say I don't do this for the money, fuck God, I do not do this for the money. I would actually be better off if I didn't do it at all. Well, no, I mean, a lot of that was tooling for the metalworks, but obviously now I have most of my tools, so it should be, apart from consumables, they'll just earn me money, and over coming years, hopefully, they'll make me more. Come on, where are you going? Fix your butterfly house. I don't think it's working yet. I want to go back to the Cumberland House butterfly house and take some macro pictures, but it's been out of action for years, I think. Watch you, yeah. Actually, thinking about it, I need to get back home sharpish, because I've got a parcel coming today, because someone sent me a parcel to my PO box through Parcel Force. As I've mentioned 1,000 times, you can't do that, it doesn't work. But don't feel bad, because it means that the person who worked in the post office and took it for you doesn't even know their own job, because they should know you can't parcel force something to a PO box. It's not possible. Well, thankfully on this occasion, Parcel Force had the forethought to send me a letter saying, hey, we've got this parcel which is addressed to this PO box. We don't know who you are. Can you please let us know where to deliver it? And it's coming today. And there's no one in at the moment, so I should really get my arse back home. Onto corners where I can stretch my back a bit more. It helps. It's nice. Come on! Oh, it's such a nice feeling though to get your tax return done. It's just like, that's sorted, HMRC's off my back for another year, all things are good. Go on, big lorry, do your thing, I'm not getting near you. What a cool guy. Thank you, dude. He left me a gap. That never happens. That was a short trip. I think it was only about 2 weeks ago that I hit the 1 year anniversary of the metalworks being opened and starting to do stuff. And obviously now I've done the return, I kind of know where I stand in that year and how things went. Green. I'm trying to think what I've actually produced in that first year. Well, I'm on to clock 56. However, I made a couple of commissions and there was a couple of other random ones to do with different things. So for about 60 clocks, a few display items, like I did those stands with the jet fighter blades, you know what I'm trying to say thing. I sold a few of those. Probably maybe a couple of hundred keychains. So as a business opening in its first year, to actually turn a profit is actually pretty good, because I have made a profit. It's not a big profit, but it's something. And with everything, when you're a vlogger, whenever you have new promotions or new things, there's a nice spike as everyone takes you up on your offers, and then it slowly tails away, and that mean afterwards is what you're actually gonna, you can reliably sort of work on. I wouldn't have been able to do it without the support of you guys, obviously buying clocks and stuff, but also the people beyond that. I'd like one day to be able to shut that PayPal link down and just be like, meh, it doesn't exist anymore, I don't need it. But at the moment that's not true. And it might be a surprise to you that I haven't made that much money, because I've had a couple of comments along the way from people sort of saying things like, oh, I think you're charging a bit much for it. And it's like, you have no idea how much work goes into these, do you? I did actually recently have a comment referring to the resin casts. Someone said, not trying to offend you, but I think you're charging a bit much. And it's just like, before you comment on my video and tell me I'm charging too much, just go and have a look how much these things are sold for, Just because I show you the making process so you can work out how much it cost me to make the thing, doesn't mean you can work out how long it took or what I can sell it for. I charged $29.99, including postage. I chucked in free shipping on that, for that paperweight with the bullets in it. The bullets in that alone cost £8. Then you have the resin, then you have my time, then you have the postage, then you have the electricity and all the other things that I have to pay for. I haven't made much money on that thing at all. And yet people are quite happy to go and pay, £600-700 for a phone. They don't seem to write to Apple and say, hey Apple, did this phone only cost you about $20 to make? How dare you charge this much? And then the answer is they'll give you, well, if you want it, pay for it. If you don't, go away. Which is basically the same as me, but I don't like people to think that I'm rinsing people. I'm really not. I can actually sell my stuff for more. But if I did sell it for more, I wouldn't sell nearly as many. So it is a low profit, high turnover, opposed to a high profit, low turnover. Although I don't have a high turnover, so it's kind of a low profit, low turnover at the moment. But I've sold, actually I've only got one clock left. All the clocks did sell. I've got to send those out today. I wanted to get that done before I went this morning, but unfortunately I didn't have time. Because packing them isn't just chucking them in a box. If you've ever bought a clock from me, you'll know it's like frigging origami. I make all these cardboard things out of cardboard to protect the hands in postage, because that's the one delicate thing. Which reminds me, I need to order more clock mechanisms. Go on, divs! So yeah, that's basically how things stand. The first year is done. I am going to continue. I'm not going to talk about the future too much because, well, I actually have a question in my Q&A that asks that question, so I don't want to go into it here because I know in the Q&A I'm going to be talking about that. So that's basically it. The Metalworks is a year old. It did turn a profit in its first year, so as a business, did well. And had I not done that, I definitely would not be on YouTube right now. That's the other thing I can say. If I had not started the Metalworks a year ago, I would have been off of YouTube within about 2 months because I would have been straight into a normal job. And yeah, I mean, if I worked a minimum wage job the past year, I wouldn't be working 16-hour days, and I would have earned several £1,000s more on minimum wage, but I would not have loved doing it nearly as much as I have. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you to my supporters. Thank you to my future supporters. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the commissions. I am going to get to that. I'm just waiting a little bit on some stuff. So thank you to anyone who bought a keychain or a clock or anything from my Etsy store in the past year, because you have allowed me to do this. This is, you know, you were my first year's customers, and I hope that it will go on longer. Those 3 crows, I feel an off-road trip is required. He crawls. Didn't think I was going to come after you on Divi, did ya? XJ6, perfect off-road machine. Oh! So there you go, thank you for watching. Thank you if you supported me through the Metalworks or any other way in the past year. You are the people that made this all possible. And I hope that your clocks will serve you well for many years to come. Or keychains serve your keys well for many years to come. Anyway, catch you next time. I will do some longer trips, sort of some different roads soon, but bear with me. Bye-bye. Ah! Mistake. If you enjoyed this video and the other content on the channel, please consider following the links in the description to show your support.